The Montauk Fine Arts Festival has become a destination of artists from all over the United States, and I'm joined by an accomplished artist, Bob Tabor, and Leona. And Leona, you come all the way from Berkeley, California to be part of our Montauk Fine Arts Festival. But Bob, your work is world-renowned. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Well, thank you very much.
You've got something very special to show our viewers.
Yes, I do. I'd like to tell you that this is a family studio consisting of my wife, my son, and myself. And we've got a young fellow named Josh who's been helping us the last few years in the studio. I've been doing this kind of work for 38 years. My son Martin joined me in 14 years ago.
Bob Tabor, as a historian, an art historian, your work as a fine jewelry designer is inspired by different artistic periods and artists.
Exactly, exactly. For example, these two pieces here are inspired by the Renaissance period. This is inspired specifically by the paintings of Botticelli. It has that formal, lacy elegance, and it's very feminine. This is inspired by Raphael's work. Now, the difference between Botticelli and Raphael's work is more statuesque. It's bolder. It's not as fine or feminine as Botticelli's work. These are inspired, for example, by the modern art period. This is inspired by the sculpture of Brancusi. He worked in the early part of the 20th century. This is inspired by Art Deco. That's the theater art of the 30s and 40s. These are inspired by the open knotwork of the Celtic tradition, and these are inserts that go into here and they embellish it. It begins to look more like a tiara look. These are inspired by the Roman period of art, specifically the Roman Laurel, which you can see at the Getty Museum in Los Angeles. These are inspired by the open knotwork of the Celtic tradition, which began actually in equestrian gear, was eventually developed into the Celtic torque, and historically it evolved into the tiara look of the 13th, 14th, 15th century in England. These are inserts which can be inserted into the little basket, so you can wear it with or without the insert, so it ends up with this tiara type of look.
And Bob, this is what is the medium that we're looking
at
here?
Well, the medium here is 14 karat gold fill and pearls and garnet. We also make the exact same necklace in solid 14 karat gold, as well as in sterling silver. Those are the metals that we do all of our work in, and we make everything directly in the metal ourselves.
And all is handmade in your studio?
Absolutely, yes. My son and myself, and we have an assistant, Josh, that hand makes everything. And my wife organizes us all. If it wasn't for her, we'd probably only get half of our work out. What we're looking at here is a stackable ring system, again based inspired by different periods of art. These are individual rings that can be worn by themselves or in combinations. For example, this combination right here, which is a seamless look, our work is very, very, very careful. Been doing this kind of work for 38 years. Is made up of 5 different rings. They can be reconfigured into several different rings. For example, like this. You can play around with it like this. You can take any channel set, doesn't matter how expensive it is, and put it right in between these rings. Those are the two most classic design elements in the history of art: a plain band, a fine twist. You'll find them in all cultures, all period of time. This is where rings begin. They're made very well. You can wear them as any other fine jewelry. The rest of the things you see on the table, the bracelets, the necklace, for example, this is inspired by the Elizabethan period. So it captures that feeling of regal jewelry. My wife and I actually custom size all the rings right here, and we custom shape the chokers. We fit the bracelets. So we have all different sizes in rings, chokers, and bracelets, and we shape them to fit beautifully right here. Now, for the bracelets, for example, we're putting art history spin to your jewelry. Can I show you something, please? Now, if you take a look, if I put this bracelet on, that puts one type of spin to her jewelry. If I put this bracelet on, It puts a Celtic spin to the jewelry. The first one was Renaissance. This is a Celtic spin to your jewelry. So it makes all the jewelry, the whole field, look different. So that's what we're doing, is we're putting art history spin to your jewelry. This is a very special piece that we make. It's based on the open knotwork of the Celtic tradition, and it's got a very contemporary look to it. My wife is the inspiration for this, as well as the Celtic period of art. And we've got an insert of pearls here, and we've got moonstone inserts set at the tip. This is our Polaris bracelet. It's inspired by photographs of the Earth from space. It's worn like this or this once on, and it collapses like this in order to be put on. So that's one of our newer pieces. We have influences from from ecology and nature themes coming more into our work. My son's degree was actually in ecology.
Tabor Studios is well represented here at the Montauk Fine Arts Festival. But for our viewers outside of the area who would be interested in purchasing your jewelry, you guys have a great website.
Yes, our studio name is Tabor Studios, and our website is taborstudios.com.
And Bob, your website has the ability for people to order.
Yes, we can order directly on the web, and all of our contact details are on the website.
Well, thank you for coming all the way to Montauk to be part of this great event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.